video going. Yep, we do. All right, great. This is good news for all involved. So here we go, everybody. Time for the TMS show, which starts in 3, 2, 1.
I'm not afraid to get sand on my tuxedo if you're not afraid to let the wind mess your hair up.
Now keep in mind, in the rainforest, there's no escalators. All right?
The morning stream. Let's go, Sharks!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It's the morning stream for March 24th. It's a Tuesday. It's 2020, and I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Well, hello, Scott. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm tired. I slept like garbage, and I think it's because I had an extra helping of spaghetti last night. And this is what happens to me.
You ate some paschetti?
I had some paschetti. Do you like paschetti? I had some biscotti because Kim made an amazing batch of said biscotti, and it was amazing. And I thought, you know what? We're in lockdown. Let's go nuts. I'm having two.
Second helping?
Yep, and that's always a problem for me. If I have that much pasta before bed, and it wasn't that late, it was before 7, but it doesn't matter. I spend all night having wackadoo dreams trying to process the business, and I got to stop doing that. So I was up every 10 minutes. I was waking up going, "Bruh, that's not real. That's a dream." Okay, let me try to roll over and go back to sleep. Bruh, I woke up. Why am I breathing out of my mouth? Why is my nose stuffy? Is that a sign of something? Bruh, like starting to just have this stuff. So it was real fun, and I'm tired as hell now, and it's okay. I think a nap is in order today, like a nice little dog nap type thing.
Sure. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think I'm going to do that. So, yeah, I'm a bit of a mouth breather today.
let that be in your future.
You ever do that, though? You wake up and you're like, my mouth is the Sahara Desert. What has happened to me?
I don't anymore, and you probably can figure out why.
Oh, yeah, good point. And think about that.
Yeah, CPAP is basically like if you open your mouth while you're sleeping, you all of a sudden turn into like one of those wind tunnels where they test the aerodynamic properties of a Volvo.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
really? Does that wake you up if that happens?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely does. Yes.
Yeah. Does it happen very often?
No, not anymore. First week of having a CPAP, yep, it happens. But after that, boy, it does not happen anymore.
Huh. Well, I just not used to that sort of thing, but normally, I'm a nose breather, no problem. Go most of the night. Just got a little stuffy. Oh, part of it is I haven't told anybody this yet. Let me tell you a little story.
Oh no, little stuffy. Oh no, Scott. All right, good.
Here's the story. I'm not sick, but
of a guy named Scotty.
Oh, I am sick of a guy named Scotty.
I was drinking coffee, or I would have hit that a lot quicker.
Nice. So here's what happened. I totally forgot to say this yesterday because it happened before yesterday. On Sunday, heater's blaring. We can hear it going, but my Ecobee, however you say it. What's it called? You have one of these, don't you? An Ecobee?
Well, we had a Nest. Now we have it's the thermostat, right?
Yeah. The brand the brand I have.
We had a Nest, but we switched. We now have one that actually is made for the new furnace and air conditioning system that we got, and it's not as good as a Nest, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay for what you need. Sure.
It's okay for what we need.
The Ecobee is what we got, and it works great with ours, or it has in the past. Anyway, been great. No problem with this thing. But during, some 90-plus aftershocks from an earthquake and during the plague, the first plague of this century, it decides that the motor in the furnace down here that keeps the hot air going decides to take a huge dump and die on us. So that thing breaks. It's not spring here yet, folks. It's still like, it's like 33 degrees in the house today.
It is technically spring, but it's just not spring.
No, spring weather is not here yet. I mean, a little bit. Like it was a high of 55 yesterday. That's not bad. But at night it gets pretty cold. It's supposed to snow today and tomorrow. So I don't know if that's really going to happen or not.
Ooh, we're supposed to get 60s today. Well, 60. A high of 60. Maybe it'll go up a little higher. I might get on the bike.
Yeah, that's good bike weather right there.
It is good bike weather. I've lowered my. It used to be 66 degrees was my little alert on my watch would tell me it's like 66 degrees. Go bike. I'm lowering that now to like 61, 62.
Yeah.
I like it a little cooler now.
That's not so bad.
and I'm tough. I can take it. Anyway, please do go on, Scott. Please do go on.
Brian has thick skin. He'll make it.
Okay.
So anyways.
Thick, fat skin.
So what was the point of that? Oh, so
the Echo Bee, like heater's going crazy.
Yeah, so the Echo Bee goes bloop on my phone and says, hey, might be something wrong with your furnace. We're noticing you got a deal going on there. And I'm like, oh, great. So Kim runs down there to see what's up while I am doing something else. Can't remember what. She thought maybe the pilot light was out. And that happened, so sure, no problem. Just go light it again. Nope, turns out the motor's dead and was starting to smell like it was burning, like burning rubber. And you could kind of crank it yourself and it would go, but it would go make this horrible sound, start making squealy noises and smell bad and all that. Finally just pooped out entirely. And the part we needed, we couldn't find anywhere locally. And same with people who would come do a professional installation. Also, professional installation was going to cost us about $1,200.
Yikes. Okay.
I said, nope, we're doing this ourselves. Or when I say that, I mean Steve will help us. Steve will do it. And Steve's awesome. He came over. He's the one that verified what was wrong and came over and looked at it, and everything's good. I mean, they live like right up the road. So,
cool.
So he did all that and said, here's what we need. Order these parts from Amazon. Way cheaper to do it that way.
Sure.
We do that, and it says, hey, they'll be there Wednesday, a.k.a. tomorrow. Okay? So we're supposed to get this tomorrow. However, in the middle of all this, Amazon has changed, probably rightly so, their policy to prioritize essentials. Right.
Essentials, yes.
Not Amazon essentials.
No. No.
It's a different thing.
What Amazon... Now, I would consider this essential.
I would too, but I have a feeling that all the computers that run this for them don't know that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And who do you talk to? Who do you call at Amazon to say, hey, could you just slip that heater motor over into essentials category for us? Because then I got this notification that says, this might be to you on the 30th now, which is what, another week?
Right.
That's fine, except if it gets really cold and it snows, you then run the risk of internal house pipes freezing. So that's bad.
Exactly. Yep.
So we have space heaters. We're fine. I'm just layered up and it's okay. It's just Kim and I. There's no babies here or anything. So nobody's, at really any giant risk. The bed's super warm because we got all the feather bed stuff and all that. And the warm bodies of its occupants.
Bodies.
Yeah, bodies. Anyways, so I don't know what to do except just wait, I guess. So now
Contact
the updated
customer service is what people are saying. And I think that's a great idea. Ace Thesis says... or as Tysus says, contact customer service, because you can say, hey, this is probably not getting flagged by you guys as being an essential item, but it's essential, please.
Yeah, we're freezing. Give it to us.
Like they could probably override one, as opposed to trying to turn over the whole system to all of a sudden think heater parts are essentials. They could probably say, all right, yep, I can flick the switch on this order right here and make it essential.
And I want to make this part clear. I don't think that I deserve no extra treatment than anybody else. I think that this is I think there are probably people with way bigger problems than my heater going out. So this isn't. I don't want to sound like Mr. Complainer Janer over here.
Yeah, no, but I mean, your stuff is more important than maybe somebody who's ordering a copy of Death Stranding.
Yes.
Sorry, people who are ordering a copy of Death Stranding, but I would put your needs of heating in your house over somebody ordering a video game.
Right.
Just slightly.
Yeah, I'm over here living a small version of Death Stranding. You're buying Death Stranding. Give me the heater.
That's right. I know you think this copy of Fallout is going to help you for the impending crisis of what's going to happen to our planet soon, but
sure. I like what TVZ Gun says. He says, swap out your NVIDIA cards for some ATI cards, instant heaters. That's some nice shade on the ATI cards. Nice job.
Zing!
I like that.
Zing!
Anyway, so there's that. It's a real bummer, and I don't like it.
Jeez.
All right, Brian, I'm stress eating peanuts. Is that bad? Hold on. Where's that bag? Here it is. I had a bag of peanuts.
You had a bag of peanuts is the key.
They filled this baggie here. They were to the brim.
Who's they?
They meaning the peanuts were in there.
Self-fulfilled a baggie.
Yeah, they were in here. Kim made me baggies of these for snacks, right? But the problem is, I may have eaten 2 of these in a row yesterday because I think I'm stress eating. And then you and I had a conversation with Steven Schleicher about stress eating while in quarantine, and it's a thing, man. It's a threat.
It is totally a thing. It's not just the stress eating, it's the fact that you're at home. Some people normally at work where they are, far away from snacks and garbage food. When you're in your house, it's like, oh, there is a whole sleeve of Oreos upstairs in that pantry that I could consume.
Yep. All in one sitting too. You could just down that whole sleeve if you want.
Yeah, I commented that hey, while all this is going on, Weight Watchers is closed. They're doing video, like Zoom based sessions.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to attend those. But our weigh-ins, we totally are responsible for doing our own weigh-ins. So normally I'd drive up there, I'd get on the scale, they'd mark down, they'd enter it into their computer system. They say, "Are you going to stay for the session?" "No, I can't stay today, sorry." And then I go have breakfast.
Nice.
And depending on how I do, by the way, is what determines whether I have a pancake with my breakfast or if it's just eggs and
Sure.
dry toast.
Yeah.
But now I'm responsible for doing my own weigh-ins, and I can put whatever I want. So you could put Damon weigh-ins in there. Who cares about the future when things reopen? I'm losing weight now because I decided.
Yeah. Now it's just you say I'm losing weight, and then you're good.
That's right.
You don't have to worry about it. I know some in the chat are saying better peanuts than chips and cookies and things. True. True. I did eat a lot of salsa and black bean chips yesterday, but they're better for you than like the regular white corn ones.
The regular, for sure, yeah. And rice cakes, always good.
Yeah.
Can get some decent ones and put a little almond butter on there, or almond peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
Almond peanut butter? That doesn't sound right.
No, just almond butter, right?
It's just almond butter. But isn't almond butter it's not sweet, it's just like butter that's made from almonds? Or am I thinking of, is it like peanut butter but it's almondy? Maybe
it's
I guess
like peanut. Oh, I don't know now that you say it.
Is it like peanut butter? Okay, so maybe I'm confusing it, but
now that you say that, I don't remember. Shoot, it's been a while.
Anyway,
I do like
put a little bit of
butter.
almond, the almond version of peanut butter on there.
Yeah, that's what I should do. But then there was one point this is a couple days ago, where I got a big old spoon, not a teaspoon, a tablespoon, and just gooped out the biggest wad of peanut butter you ever saw, and I was like 6 years old again, just licking on this homemade lollipop of goo. It was great.
Yeah. There's also something to be said for comfort food right now. I mean,
yeah. Look, if they're
we got to take care of our souls as well as our bodies right now.
Yes. So. Listen, there's a reason that weed shops and liquor stores are deemed essential and are still open right now. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's taking care of their soul. Glug, glug, glug.
Well, funny you bring that up, Scott.
Oh, yeah?
Because yesterday our mayor announced that as of 5 p.m. today, Denver is going on lockdown on basically what California, a couple other states, Massachusetts, I think, basically where it's only essential leaving your house. No gathering even in parks to play a little frisbee or anything like that. You can walk around. Right now it's right now it's just Denver, but
just metropolitan Denver and not
just metropolitan Denver. Yeah. So Arvada is still not on lockdown, but we're pretty much expecting that as soon as they meet this morning, Jefferson County probably will go on lockdown as well. Now, here's the funny thing. So we're watching the press conference that the mayor is holding. He says, "Okay, I'll take some questions now. We have some people on the phone who have questions, and we have people in the audience."
Yeah.
Go to the phone. What about dispensaries? Are dispensaries going to be closing?
Of course.
Yeah, those are considered non-essential. Medical marijuana places will still be open, but recreational will be closing. Okay, and next question. Hi, what about liquor stores? Are liquor stores closing? Yeah, liquor stores are going to be closing. Those are considered non-essential, and he even made some joke like, I might consider them essential, but yeah, they're non-essential, so they're going to be closing.
Wow.
Cut to the news 30 minutes later, and there are lines around the block for liquor stores and marijuana dispensaries.
Oh, yeah. Immediate knock-on effect, right? They're immediately going to go out there.
Like, it was like, oh my God, I better stock up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all.
And I did go out and buy some gin, so I'm part of the problem. But
Well.
I did actually go out and buy some gin.
Weird,
I'm not going to make some in the bathtub, Scott.
Did Weird Neighbor go buy anything crazy? Did
He actually went a week ago, and refilled his bar downstairs, restocked everything.
Yeah.
He's totally set, and it's funny because he beat the rush. Like, he probably went in there. There were maybe 4 people in this giant liquor superstore, and he's like, oh, doop, 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 doop.
Yep.
And and now it's a madhouse. So the news comes on, everybody's lines wrapped around the block. An hour after that, the mayor comes back on and says, all right, we've decided to make liquor stores and medical marijuana dispensaries exempt from the lockdown.
And they're all cleared out now, so there's like nothing left.
Exactly. So good for the liquor stores who got this great rush of sales, like tons of sales, and then they're going to be open again anyway. So it's like, it was almost like a going out of business sale for the liquor stores.
That is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. Wow.
But that's all people were asking about on the thing. How long is this going to go? Till April 10th. And again, the liquor stores are going to be shut down? Yes. Okay, I'm going out.
Wow. So I wonder, because there seems to be some what's the word? There seems to be some stuff happening in the administration where they're starting to lean toward get everybody back to work and whatever.
Yeah.
And the pushback from states is pretty hardcore. The states are like, dude, no, like we're not doing that. I wonder what that means. Can they? I mean, ultimately, let's say that the body populi, us, right, all of us, decide, hey, we know actually what's best, so we're just gonna do a full on general strike. That's the thing you could do, right? And the federal government, what are they gonna do? They can't come poke you with a knife and say, get to work there, buddy. Get into that warehouse where there's 20 of you crammed in there. Go. I mean, can they?
I don't know. It's frightening because he does sound like he just wants to say, I'm kind of going to go against what everybody, what people are advising me. And you notice that Dr. Birx is still there.
Yeah, but Fosse's a little less there. You notice that?
Yeah, not for the last 2 days. And he was the voice of reason. Like, he was the
yeah. Like, he was great because he would go, the president would say, somebody would ask him a real question, and he'd say, that's fake news, nasty question. And then Fosse would come in and say, no, I know what you're saying, and I think you're, and I know what you're, and he would, it would be, you could see Trump just kind of going, oh my gosh, I want to murder this little tiny man.
That's what I'm thinking, is that basically they said, yeah, okay, you may be right, but you're arguing with the president, so. Yeah,
because that's what is important. Gosh dang it, dude. Freaking government. They can all just freaking bite my butthole. All right, so here's what my guess is what will probably happen is there will be a pretty large amount of blowback. Like there are people now saying, "Hey, let's just sacrifice our old people so that we can do this."
It was the senator from Texas who said that.
The Texas lieutenant governor is who it was.
Lieutenant governor, right? Yeah. And he's basically saying, we'll be fine. We'll take care of our. There may be some 70-year-olds who may have some problems, but on the whole, I think we're all going to be fine. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works at all. And he basically said, I think this generation should be glad to give themselves up for the younger generation and their economic future. And I would like to just say this. You can't replace people, but you can build an economy again.
Yes, exactly.
So you're either you're being expedient about, we don't want to go through the pain of it. And I understand that. I understand it's a pain. It's going to be a huge pain for everybody. Up and down the board. It's a giant pain. Mm-hmm. But I would rather not have more dead people and rebuild the economy. You can't rebuild the dead people.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I guess technically you can have a whole new generation of kids, but I'm telling you,
we can rebuild them. We have the technology. We can make them stronger, better, faster.
So those guys can bite me. Also, I remember, I'm old enough, Brian, to remember in 2010 when some of these same people were saying that, Obamacare was going to be death camps for old people. So what's the big switch now?
he just has no patience. Like he says, all right, good. I've said that we can all social distance and help out, bail out some companies. Okay, is this fixed yet? Is coronavirus gone yet?
Is it gone yet?
Okay.
Did the sun come out and get rid of it? No? Okay.
I have another press conference today. Can I give them some news? Can I make up something? I can? Okay, good.
Oh, if it wasn't so infuriating, it'd be so funny.
I know. It's so freaking accurate.
It's really, really infuriating. But anyway, so yeah. The deal right now is that I personally would like to preserve all people at risk. It's not just
Scott
old people.
wants to save the old people, is what he's saying.
I want to save all people.
Save the old people.
There's a 13-year-old girl with asthma who's on, death's door or somewhere. I forget what state she's in right now, but she's 13. Hey, how about some of those 20-year-olds that have type 1 diabetes that were born with it and can't help it? Guess what? They're at a huge risk too. Like maybe I'd like a lot of people to live. And we can rebuild the other stuff. And it'll come quick.
Exactly. The economy will come back. Believe me. As soon as you lift the order, guess what? Those liquor stores and pot shops are going to be going crazy again.
Yeah, they're going to do fine. Not too worried about those businesses at the moment. Anyway, okay, Brian, I got a quick quiz for you. All right.
Good. I have not clicked the link.
Oh, good.
But I do like what it says, guess the game based on the terrible description.
Yes.
I do like this. Okay.
I'm always on the hunt for a weird way to ask you questions. And so I found this one.
Sure.
And since we're both sort of, playing a lot of Animal Crossing and it's a good time, I found this one called Guess the Game Based on the Terrible Description. And so I'm going to give you a series of questions. You'll answer them to the best of your ability, and I will enter your answers. I don't know whether this gives me answers in real time or if it waits till the end to give you a score, but we'll find out together.
Interesting. All right, cool.
All right. So here's your description. An amnesiac and Pinkie Pie save the world from Medusa, the leaf ninja. There is also a narcissistic sheep man and a cloud that can apparently have a gender. And here are your options, okay? I'll give you the things. The first one is literally most dungeon crawlers. Mario. Lost Planet, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, or Cave Story.
All right. I don't recognize it as being a Mario thing. Mario doesn't have amnesia. Boy, Pinkie Pie should be a giveaway, right? I feel like Pinkie Pie
saved the world.
What's that?
No, sorry, I'm just reading it again. You're good. Go ahead.
So I'm thinking it's either Cave Story or I don't think it's Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Lost Planet or Cave Story are my two that I'm leaning towards. Let's say Lost Planet.
All right, I'm hitting that.
I don't think it is. It's probably Cave Story, isn't it? Cave Story's got a cuter feel to it.
It looks like it's saving the results till the end here.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's not super long though. Okay. Next question. An endless runner that will be struck with a meteor if you have been forbidden. All right. That's the exact sentence.
An endless runner that will be okay. All right. My choices?
Yeah, your choices are what? Okay, that's number one. Number 2, dinosaur game. 3, Sonic Dash. 4, Google Me. 5, Temple Run, or 6, Minions. So what? Dinosaur game, Sonic Dash, Google Me, Temple Run, or Minions?
Well, Temple Run is an endless runner, but I don't know anything about a meteor that will hit you if you're forbidden. Well, forbidden. I don't know.
This is hard.
Let's say, I guess I'm just not very good at Temple Run, so maybe I haven't gotten to the point where a meteor just comes down and hits you if you've gone too far. Let's say Temple Run.
All right. And wasn't Temple Run, there was like the one main thing that came after you was like a monkey all the time or something, right? Was there some kind of ape behind you or something? I don't remember.
I thought it was a ball, a rolling Indiana Jones style ball behind you. No?
Oh, it could have been that. Yeah. All right. I've chosen that one. Your next question, 3 of 6.
Okay.
Is gotta do my chores. Where did that pirate come from? That's your description.
Oh, that's it? That's all I get? Okay. What
Yeah.
are my choices?
Here are your options. Black and White, Harvest Moon, Lego Pirates, or Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Okay, well, it's going to be either Animal Crossing New Leaf or Harvest Moon. I don't remember Pirates in New Leaf, so I'm going to say Harvest Moon on
This
that one.
would, for the record, I would also answer this way. So I think
Yeah.
I think you're in good shape.
I haven't
All right.
played Harvest Moon, so.
Here's the next one. Guess the game based on the terrible description. The description is,
Okay.
that's all right. Men don't need to be clothed. All right.
That's probably Rust. But let's see what my choices are.
Sadly, it's not on here, but you wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Sonic, Night in the Woods, Overgrowth, Rockin' Cats, The Sims 3. Those are your choices.
Sadly, men don't need to be clothed. Let's say Sims 3. I don't know. I'm not-
All right. Sims 3.
Yeah.
You can have a naked dude in Sims 3. Sure.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
see. All right. Number 5, penultimate question.
Okay.
Here's an oldie. Why have I died so many times? And then in parentheses, cries. Okay.
Okay.
Sega,
That's all. That's all the description I'm gonna get. Okay. All right.
Sega Genesis, The Lion King, Takashi's Challenge, Other, Mushi Mensch Samama, Mushi Haim Sama, or Other. So there's literally 2 entries in here that say Other.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And I haven't played either of those games. I don't know if there's a game called Other, but it feels like they've stacked the deck, so I'm gonna say Other. pick your choice of which other.
Oh, here it is. Page 6 isn't even a question. It says, guess the game based on the terrible description. This is the end. See how you did. Okay. Wait.
A lot of people are saying Lion King.
Wait. How can this work? Because, okay, it says this is the end. See how you did. Bye and see ya are the options. Does that mean it's the
Bye.
last
Oh, okay.
question?
Yeah, I guess you've got your choice of saying bye or see ya, and then it's
Okay.
going to tell you how you did.
If this doesn't give me results, I'm going to be pissed.
Lame.
All right, I'm hitting bye. Guess the game based on the terrible description. You were tricked. 17%. You answered 1 out of 6 questions correctly.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't tell me which ones, though. That's dumb.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, how dumb is that? What's the point of that? Hold on. Yeah, what is the point of that?
That's sucky. That's a horrible quiz. Was that on BuzzFeed?
No, it's some site that does bad. Okay. Let me see if there's a way to show these. Yeah, there's just not. It's some site called quotev.com. And it's all quizzes, and there are a whole bunch of just terrible ones. And they're all structured like this, and they're fine, except the questions themselves are fine, and the structure's fine, but they don't tell you what you missed or didn't get. What is
lame.
How is that a thing?
Lame.
Yeah, lame.
All right, we're never. Yeah, exactly. You loaded their ads, so they got you. They burned you, Scott.
I'll never go there again. Yeah, they got me all right. I didn't buy a product, and I'll never go there again. So,
Jeez.
Good job, guys.
So, people in the chat room, which one did I get right? Because I'm sure people know based on stuff. Probably, not Stardew Valley. What was the do my chores? What's a pirate doing here?
Yes, Harvest Moon. I'll bet.
Harvest Moon
Yeah.
probably was the one I got right.
Maybe Other.
People are saying Other. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think these are curated. I think they're just people throw these up here, and
Yeah.
who knows if they make any sense at all.
Jeez.
I could make a better quiz than that of the bad description for a video game. I could totally do that.
Oh,
Okay,
that'd be a fun one, actually,
Yeah.
right? Like,
here, I'll do one for you right now. You ready? I'm going to give you one.
okay, give me one right now.
Okay, let's see. There's a bunch of walls that are moving in front of that thing I gotta get to with my tiny ship.
Okay, yeah, maybe this isn't as easy as we thought it would be.
It's Star Castle's the answer, but
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all right.
still, it's not great. You'd have to think about it, but there's ways to do it.
Yeah.
Let's see. What would you do for
Help! I'm trapped in a maze of passages, and there's a bouncing smiley face chasing me.
Oh, what is Pac-Man?
No.
Oh. What is?
Intruder alert. Stop the intruder alert.
Berserk.
Berserk, yep.
Oh,
Captain Kipper got it.
You're a fan of Berserk, aren't you? You like that game?
I'm a fan of Berserk, yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, how about this one? You better. It's harder than you think.
I like this, yeah.
It's harder than you think. Okay, because you can describe it too easily, right? It's like you could say, "Oh, well, you're like a yellow opening and closing circle, and there's dots to
right,
eat."
exactly.
It's
exactly.
obvious
you
what you're
say,
doing.
Simple creature contacts the undead and eats dots.
Yeah, see, that's
That would
better.
be Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Because
That's better. But see, even the dots part would be
yeah,
too
that would
easy.
kind of be the giveaway, right? Exactly.
So okay, I'll try one here. All right, I'll do it more like a poem.
Is this going to be guess the video game based on the haiku? I love this.
A little bit. It won't be a true haiku, but all right. So I am mounted,
I've already got this.
but only to receive my breakfast.
Watch out for the pterodactyl.
I was trying to think of a. See, that's even too obvious. But joust. There you go, joust everyone.
Right.
For those at home who are playing along and they're like, "What?" That was joust.
Man with access to a large aviary flies over a volcano. I don't know. Yeah, this is a little bit harder than.
It's hard. It's harder than you think it is. I'll bet. I mean, you spend enough
but
time.
we can still do a better job than that puzzle, if for only the reason that we'd probably be able to provide the answers at the end.
Yeah, we could make our own in PHP in 5 minutes.
Exactly.
You guys suck.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, we're gonna do a thing we haven't done since last Thursday, and that is this here right here. Whoops, why don't I have it? Hold on, what happened? Oh, that's weird. Okay, here you go.
Say, gang, here's some razzle-dazzle news to flash to Mom.
It's time for the news, brought to you by
Soundography. This week on Soundography, it's going up as soon as TMS is over. It's the 100th episode of Soundography, so Hammond and I delve into 90s college rock. Now listen, neither Hammond or I went to college in the 90s, but we have a pretty good idea of what was college rock in the 90s. A lot of grunge, a lot of like Pavement and Dinosaur Jr. and stuff like that. We talk about all of it and play you a lot of clips of some classic college rock songs, and even make our own playlists based on that stuff. Check it out, soundography.com, going up on the feed today.
Hold on, if Hammond didn't go to college in the 90s, when did he go?
Late 80s.
Oh, late 80s?
Yeah.
Oh.
He and I both, although I guess he was in college longer. He was in college at the beginning of the 90s, I guess.
Yeah.
I was in college. I was done with college I graduated in 1989.
Jeez, look at you, Speedy McGee.
I did. I actually went through, I didn't do summer. I basically went to school through summer semester. And
I didn't know that.
And, got my associates in visual communications in a year and 8 months or something.
That was all up in the 90s for me.
Were you? What was your college rock? What was your band of choice?
Oh gosh. I mean, grunge was just starting to hit real hard. I feel like something like Pearl Jam or maybe Alice in Chains or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was really into that stuff.
Grunge was, obviously grunge had to have a big thing because it was so anti everything else that was kind of going on in pop music. So
yeah. And there's a lot of great alternative then too. So I don't know. REM was still going strong. There was college.
REM had kind of changed their sound in the 90s from what they were in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Pixies, Cracker, Dinosaur Jr., the Cannells.
Yeah.
What was my? Let's see. I'll tell you a few of my songs from my my playlist that I made for Soundography.
Okay.
Matthew Sweet.
Okay.
PJ Harvey.
Okay.
Liz
good.
Phair.
Oh yeah.
Sonic Youth.
Sure.
And a deep cut, we'll say Pierre Ubu.
Whoa. Don't know what that is. Never heard of that.
There you go. To find out more, you'll have to listen to Soundography later today at soundography.com.
Nice. All right. Check this out.
Yes.
Just don't cover just your mouth. In D.C., a restaurant's going to give you condoms with your to-go orders.
I was wondering about this. Are we going to see, because of the lockdown, are we going to see a rush of babies in like 9 months? You know, I mean, people are working from home. They're like, well, I'm working from home. You're working from home. How about we do a little working from home together?
Yeah, let's do a little collaboration of our own, hey?
Yeah,
I think,
coronials. Is that what they're going to be called? Coronials?
Coronials.
Oh my God. If that's the case, that's the best.
That's terrible. Oh my gosh. All right. The answer to that question, I think, is an exuberant yes. And I also think that there will be more divorces in the next 6 months than we've ever seen before.
Right.
Yeah. It's going to be both.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, geez.
Going to get a bit of both, I think. Coronials. That's good. Someone write that down. Remember it. Because, in fact, if someone hasn't said that before, Brian, now's your chance for internet fame. Coronials.
I didn't come up with it, though. No, somebody else came up with it. Lunchbox came up with it.
Lunchbox, get out there on Twitter and get it out there. Let's get that retweeted and going, because I'm telling you, if you're first, and you probably aren't, but if you are, nothing's new on the internet. Nobody's ever first anymore, but man, that's good. Oh, he doesn't have Twitter. The one guy doesn't have Twitter. I don't have Twitter.
Oh, then somebody's going to beat you to it, Lunchbox.
Yeah, you're not going viral, buddy. All right. Viral buddy.
Viral buddy.
From Galoob. All right.
That's what you wear a condom for.
That's right. I'm going to tell you this.
Protect you from your viral buddy.
Exactly. So this restaurant in D.C. Is giving condoms to people. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser clamped the lid on most recreational activity. What?
How do we not know that D.C. had a Mayor Bowser?
I don't know. Isn't that weird? You know the current president of Nintendo of America's last name is Bowser, right? His name's Doug Bowser.
Yeah.
And not like fake-wise, like he was born Doug Bowser. Just happens to be Doug Bowser.
Right.
Also, Utah connection. Hold on.
Utah connection.
Found the old clip.
Nice. Was that the old one?
Yeah, Jamie found it, I should say. I didn't find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been so long that since I've heard it that I couldn't
remember what we did. Same.
I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah.
In fact, for all I know, it isn't, and I'm just being told it is. Right. I don't know. Anyway.
Anyway, so Muriel Bowser. Sorry,
Muriel Bowser.
I interrupted you 4 words into the news story.
She clamped down on everything. Health clubs, gyms, spas, massage parlors, theaters, all of it had to close. But instead of letting the closure get them down, Toki Underground, this is the name of the restaurant, decided to put a little spin on their takeout orders. Don't just cover your mouth, the Asian restaurant wrote in an Instagram post. The video shows a person casually placing a condom in each to-go order in a conveyor-like fashion. Clever or not, we'll let you decide. It's certainly an interesting spin on takeout orders, that's for sure. Who wrote this? A high school freaking
I don't
intern?
know, but I don't think I would trust. I don't think I would trust a condom that was left in my to-go order.
I mean, what if it's like totally sealed and like you can, and it's a brand, like I don't know. What are the brands now? I don't follow condom.
Trojan, Magnum, Durex.
Oh, right, Durex, yeah, because they're durable, right?
Durex, yeah, exactly. You can actually fix a flat tire.
That's
one of those. So you better go back to your bars, your temples, your massage parlors, your health clubs, your gyms, your spas.
It does sound seriously like a high school senior intern wrote this story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know why it feels that way, but anyway, if you're in the DC area and you were looking for a free condom, good news. Get out there and grab it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Cannabis sales have exploded. We've been talking about that already a little bit. But in California, it is big business. Apparently, Denver's right behind their tails. Cannabis sales exploded as Californians became homebound, as Americans stock up on toilet paper and food to adjust to the new restrictions of everyday life amid the coronavirus pandemic. They identified weed as another essential good, particularly in California. Cannabis dispensaries and delivery services across California and other states have reported huge boosts in sales. Also, it's one of the only stocks in the market that's rising.
Really?
So if you invested in some like early pot companies when stuff started going legal, you're doing good.
Yeah, I guess so. That's brilliant.
Isn't that nuts?
Jeez.
Nothing else is up but that, it seems like. Let's see.
By the way, TVZ Gun says that we talked about how in Denver and a couple other places you can get to-go alcoholic drinks with your food getting delivered,
Yeah,
right?
you mentioned that yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, he said that they placed a wings order last night. They got to-go drinks. His wife got a spicy Bloody Mary. The drink came in one to-go cup, and the ice was in a second to-go cup.
Whoa,
which
really?
is great. Yeah, so that way it doesn't even your drink doesn't get watered down. That's brilliant.
So that's what you want then, is what you're saying.
You do want that,
Okay.
yeah, because otherwise, on the drive to deliver your food, the Bloody Mary to get watered down won't be as good. But having those in separate containers, that's great. Nice.
Someone else in the chat said, "No, of course it's Sithlos, who was the gun guy from yesterday. Says gun sales went up 50%. He's really into that gun news.
Oh, is Sithlos? I thought. Okay, I thought the person's name yesterday was Gun Inquisitor.
No, he is. We nicknamed him Gun Inquisitor after the question.
All right, Sithlos is the Gun Inquisitor. Okay, gotcha.
He's so funny. I glance over there, and the one guy talking about guns again is him. I have access to, if I want it, I have access to a gun that if I want it, but I don't know if I want it because I'm not a gun guy, really. Not really into it. And also, I don't know. I feel like you're part of the problem if you're all freaking out buying guns. You self. What's the word?
Perpetuating?
Not perpetuate. It's self. When you make a prediction, but it comes true only because you made it come true. What's that called?
Self.
Not actualizing. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
There
That's
it is.
Yeah.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy if everybody rushes out to get guns to avoid other people shooting you with guns.
Right. Exactly.
A little bit, right? I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I have no judgment toward anybody who does or doesn't. Like I said, I have access to one if I need it, but it's a little bit of like, I don't know, it's like everybody getting toilet paper. It's like you are creating the shortage you thought you were avoiding.
Right, because people are buying toilet paper. Crazily, it makes you want to buy toilet paper.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly the same to me.
Yep.
Anyway, someone's also going to shoot their eye out. It's going to be dumb.
You're going to shoot your eye out.
They'll do it.
They're all going to laugh at you and you're going to shoot your eye out.
I'm so glad you have that handy when you need it. It's great.
That's right. They're all going to laugh at you. Hold on. They're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you.
Whenever we need it, it's there.
Or I guess I got to hold on the L.
Wait.
They're all going to laugh at you.
Yeah, laugh at you.
Laugh at you.
Wait, is that right? Hold on. Yeah, it's right here.
They're all going to laugh at you.
Yeah, she really
They're all
hangs
going
on
to
to
laugh at you.
She just hangs on to that L for dear life, man.
Totally.
Anyway, let's see. It says even here. Oh, okay. It's been kind of wild, says Bobby Vencio, CEO of Los Angeles-based delivery service Herb.
I think it's just herb.
Yeah, but does it stand for something? They put it all in caps. Let's
I know it's
see.
all in caps, so it does feel like it's a.
I want it to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't find anything that says. I want it to stand for something. Anyway, it began slowly, 20, 30, 40% increase overall usual. And then on Thursday, we got hit. I think that's when folks really started to panic. Even before Newsom's directive, the volume of orders within the state across the county or country or in states across the country had shot up nearly 230%. Jeez!
Wow.
Look at the weed, man. It's just everywhere.
That's right. Looking at Herb's website, herb.delivery, which is great. Look at that. That's a nice URL.
Yeah, why not?
And I'm not seeing about us. Here we go. Maybe this will say if Herb does stand for something, because it is all caps.
It needs to be an acronym. Bad.
No, it's all.
Damn it.
It's just everywhere they write it, they just write it in all caps.
All right. Well, our job is to do it right now. Let's do it. What will it be?
Oh, what it stands for?
Yeah.
Let's see. Help everyone realize. No, help everyone reach.
Bongs.
Help everyone refill bongs.
Yeah, there you go. Help everyone refill bongs. We did it.
We did it.
I knew
There
we
go.
could do it. I
Show
knew it.
title. Here's their about page. Welcome to Herb. We were founded on the conviction. It actually says, say it like this.
Yeah.
We were founded on the conviction that cannabis consumers deserve something better than the service and quality commonly found in this industry. It's a long. I'm not going to read the entire. It's a long mission statement. I've fallen asleep and gotten hungry twice reading that mission
Yeah, no
statement.
kidding. Your stoner guy is basically Tommy Chong.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
That's where all I learned it from.
Yeah.
And
Dave's not here, man. That whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. Let's see. Oh, here's a fun story about dogs. We like dogs.
We do like dogs, and we like drones.
We do. Drones are walking dogs, or at least this one drone for one dog is for a man on coronavirus lockdown in Cyprus. This is a resourceful man who's got his drone out there doing the business. Vakis Dimitru shared the video Wednesday and captioned it, my 5th day of quarantine, while encouraging people to stay home, but also remember to care for their furry friends. The pooch itself appeared to be quite happy, trotting along through the empty streets of Cyprus in their southeastern coast. The Mediterranean island nation has 67 confirmed cases and not a huge population, so that number is higher than you'd want it to be.
Still, that dog just has enough of it and just goes running like crazy, pulling that drone.
Yeah, that poor drone, dude.
It'll out of range, and it'll just be bouncing on the ground behind the.
I'm pulling it up here to show the chat. Let's see here. Oh yeah.
My dog would not do well with that. She's already afraid of the drone.
Yeah.
And so, basically, she would be taking the drone for a run, and it would exactly be doing that thing where it's bouncing on the street behind her.
Oh, this is too good. Okay, there's video. Hold on.
Oh, really?
It's got music though.
I love the music already.
Yeah. Look at that. Why not do this from general? We should make drones that are just good at this. That's probably bad for our pets. I don't know. My dog would run and there'd be no walking it. The drone would be pulled to the ground and shattered or something.
Oh, Drenched Wildfire brings up a good question. How do they clean up the poop? So the dog poops.
Yeah, what do you do?
You have to get up and go and do it. You have to go and deal with it.
Brian, nobody thinks of the poops.
Nobody thinks.
All right, we're going to take a break and play a song because that's exciting. And as if you didn't know this already, chat room, you're here live, so you get to hear the songs in real time. It's just you poor YouTube folk that don't. I apologize, but that's just YouTube. Anyway, let's do that now. Hey, Brian, what song are we playing before we get our guests in here?
Scott, I'm going to be playing a song, comes from a band from Brooklyn, New York called Answering Machine. Remember those kids? Do you know what an answering machine is? This is a love song about fever dreams, bloody noses, and candy canes. It sure is. The song is called Cherry Coke. It is from their upcoming album, which is called Bad Luck. The album is going to be Bad Luck, and it comes out, the album is called Bad Luck. It comes out on April 17th. Big thanks to Wiretap Records and Earshot Media for sending me this one. Here is the band Answering Machine and their song, Cherry Coke.
Someplace that's never safe and sound. Him say no believe protection work on real person.
You have a pet?
The morning stream, Leroy Jenkins. Woo!
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the program. Very cool song.
Yeah. Sithlos, heard you the first time, and when I get fired as musical supervisor, then we'll get some hip hop. No, I've played hip hop before.
Oh, sure we do. Yeah.
In the middle, so just wait, it'll happen.
Yeah, we've had it before.
I just don't get sent as much hip hop as I do the stuff that I happen to like a lot. So
yeah,
go figure.
Brian's not a giant hip hop guy.
Exactly.
Can you blame him?
Exactly.
All right.
Play some Snow.
Yeah.
Inform. Actually, Inquisitor.
I hate that song. Really hate it. All right, we're going to add... Oh. How come this isn't working? Oh, there we go. All right. Adding punished props to the mix. See what's going on with Bill. It's been a week. We didn't... Or 2 weeks for him. We haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah.
So
he self-quarantined from us for a week.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, I would.
Bill.
Let's play this.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
Hey, Bill, your bat cave is open. Open for business today. It's Bill Doran from punishprops.com and the wonderful YouTube channel also called Punish Props, all the way from Seattle, Washington. Bill, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning. You still have internet? Everything's good? You're working away? You got what you need? Everything's fine over there? You guys good?
Yeah, we're doing okay. I haven't had a chance to make anything in a little while.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What with the global pandemic?
Sure.
It seems like being stuck. Well, I mean, you basically work from your home anyway. Are you able to go to the studio?
Yeah, we can still go to our studio. However, last night we just got the stay home, stay healthy order from our governor.
Oh, yeah.
So, and since Seattle is, as far as I know, the largest outbreak in our country, makes sense.
I think New York's creeping up on you pretty hard right now. They got,
So, great, the 2 states I lived in.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just going to have to figure out what that means for us and our business later today. We have some figuring out to do.
Sure.
But otherwise, Brittany and I are just fine.
That's good. You guys are healthy.
Did you move all of your production stuff over to the studio? So...
Of course I did.
Yeah. So you basically can't do it. Okay, I got it. Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah. Again,
you can still.
There's
go.
exemptions and
your
stuff.
show.
I can still go there. Like we'll be fine.
Yeah.
We live outside of Seattle proper, and things out like if you go out into the world, things seem pretty normal right now.
Right.
Other than for real, the toilet paper in every grocery store is gone. I bought my toilet paper weeks ago, and I also have a shop full of twice as much of everything as I need here. So I have many supplies.
Yeah.
If you ever run out, you could probably use foam mats.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I can use that for just about anything.
Yes.
I went into the one of my closets the other day and was just looking for cable and some other stuff. And I noticed I'd forgotten I had it, but I have a giant stack of packing tissue paper, the kind of thing you'd use for gifts and things like that. But I used it for tubes when I was shipping tubes out from here. And I have a ton of it left. And it's just sitting in this nice big white stack of pile of tissue paper. And I looked at it and went, okay.
If worst comes to worst, I can delve into that right there.
I mean, you got to be careful with that stuff because it's a little hard edged, but it'll do in a pinch, if you know what I'm saying.
Pinch.
Yeah. Plus, you got a lot of foam around. You'll be all right.
We do, yeah.
Take one of your swords and use that. That'd be fine.
Yeah. So anyway, Brittany and I have been limiting our going out into the world time for a couple of weeks already. As soon as we caught wind of this thing, we're like, hey, what if we just hunker down?
Yeah.
And it's not like we go out into the world a lot anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been staying safe and making sure that we aren't inconveniencing other people, which is important.
Very important.
Looking at you, everyone else.
Yep.
Who lives near me.
Yep. Yep. What part of this are you not understanding? Stay away from people, you dummies.
Anyway, Brittany and I are doing just fine. We had our employees start working from home this week anyway, so that's already a thing. And and yeah, we're just kind of figuring things out as they change day by day. But I'm almost done writing a book, so that's good.
Yeah.
Now I have to decide if it's a great idea or a terrible idea to release a book in the middle of a global pandemic. So.
Yeah. No, dude, you and I are in the same boat. We should commiserate because I want to launch this Rock Runners game finally so bad. I'm ready. It's ready. The Kickstarter's ready. Everything's ready. But it feels weird. I can't do this now. It feels like I don't know. Part of me is like, well, no, you should do it now because you need to keep as many things going as possible. You got to keep the engines roaring and get going. Plus, people would love to have this game to play in this dark time and blah, blah, blah. I can talk myself into it over there. But on the other hand, I have this other devil on the other shoulder going, well, hold on a minute. Isn't it a little bit presumptuous of you to think you can put out a thing that's for profit during a time like this where there are people striking? I have that whole thing, that argument going on right this second. So I feel you, man.
Wow.
I feel you.
We are on the same exact page. I've been working on this book for 4 damn years, and I'm like, finally, it's done. And here's the other thing too. It's like these things that I think, like most things, people assume things are far more simple than they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But with this thing, I'm like, I have to release this book. I that's how I make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And the longer I wait, the more I'm like, I start running out of money. So there's a balancing act to play there too. So.
Yeah. It's tricky. It's not my favorite
None of the I read a lot of business books. I do try really hard to be well read and research and do my homework, but none of them have a global pandemic chapter. Not a single one.
What to do when the global pandemic hits? No, but it does feel like now is the time where people may be wanting to take advantage of being forced to stay in and pick up a new hobby or pick up a new skill or read a book or play a new card game. So I feel like. I think that's really, really fantastic too. I love seeing that people are like, well, I'm home anyway. Maybe I'll watch some of Bill's videos. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll try one of those foam things. I really, really like that. I will say though, for people who might be super duper stressed out right now, like some of the people in this house who are me, if you don't drop 10 pounds during quarantine or learn a new skill or read a book, if you don't do any of that, it's fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just survive. Surviving's a good one. So it's really awesome to push yourself to learn something new, but don't go too hard on yourself during what is legitimately a global pandemic that people are really worried about.
Yeah, for sure. I've had to tell
the best thing you can do is make it to the end of this thing, then awesome.
Right.
I'm already proud of you.
I had this pretty rigorous plan for push-ups, sit-ups, core work, stuff like that I was going to do. Because we were going back to we got the gym going again. Kim and I were going every other day. We had all these things going on. All that stuff shut down. So I said, all right, well, I'm going to do this while I'm at home. And guess what? I have been terrible at it.
Right.
Terrible. There's no good excuse except, like you say, be kind to yourself and understand that maybe it's a weird time and it's not so easy to get stuff like that done.
Well, I figured out yesterday how to play Animal Crossing on the Oculus Go. So I've switched over to doing that while I'm on the bike instead of
that's awesome.
Driving tanks through Winterstand.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I feel like you and your bike thing is at least, that's an escape that I really wish I was doing. I need to come up with something like that. But also, now's not the time to buy a freaking recumbent bike or maybe it is. I don't
maybe
know.
It is, yeah.
I don't know. I hate bikes. You love them, but I hate them. I like a bike outside. I like to be outside and be on a bike. But as an exercise regime, one that's stationary, spin classes, all of that all makes me want to die.
Yeah, but spin classes, I hate spin classes too. But just getting on a bike and again, using the VR to basically be doing something else while I'm on the bike. Oh, love it. Bring it on. I could do that all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is you're a better person than I am when it comes to that stuff.
I wouldn't say that.
So, yeah. So let's. This is a new Fitness Geek segment. We're taking it way back.
Sweet, let's do it.
The advice is, if you want to get fit, don't buy a recumbent bike. Buy an Oculus Quest.
What if you have both and they work together? What if you have that? Because that's what Brian's got.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. I already have a recumbent bike, so I think I should probably buy a VR headset. I should do that.
You should.
That seems
Get an
reasonable.
Oculus Go because number one, it's cheaper, and you won't mind that getting sweaty. I don't do my Oculus Quest on the bike because I don't want my Oculus Quest to get all sweaty.
Oh,
Yeah, you do get sweaty, right? Especially you. You don't got any hair to block it. It's all just
No,
head sweat.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just right out of my head, I'm like a Bellagio fountain out of this thing.
You're like a water. What are those things we used to get when we were kids? The water, not water.
Oh, wet willy?
What were they? Wet willies?
Wet willy?
No, the thing that it was like you'd
The
plug
sprinkler
your.
dude.
Yes. What was that called?
Yeah, I thought that was called. It's not a wet willy. What is that thing called?
A wet willy is when you put your wet finger in someone's ear.
Yeah. Stick your finger in your mouth and stick in somebody's ear.
It
It was something a willy, right?
Willy wet water weenie. Water
weenie.
Was it water weenie? No, that's not right. No, water weenie was a different thing. That was surgical tubing you'd fill with water and then squirt on people.
Willy water bug. No, that's not it.
It's like that though, right?
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
chaos. It was like
1979 Willy water bug whammo lawn sprinkler.
yeah, that might have been it.
Might
And, you had
be,
to, and people would run
Sometimes I get a stark reminder you guys are like 10 years older than me.
Listen, I think it's this thing. I put a link in the chat room. Willy Waterbug, cool splash of fun. He had like the hairs like flying all around his head.
This is it.
Like,
This is it. Yep.
Little
I've never
hose
seen this
dreadlocks.
thing.
Have you never
Really?
seen this before? Bill, now I know what you can make while you're at home. This is what you need.
Oh, thank goodness.
This is it
By,
right
by
here.
the way, quick personal note. Something I actually don't need right now is recommendations for things for me to make while I'm at home.
Oh, yeah.
It's
probably,
cool, guys.
Probably good, yeah. You probably don't
What
need
I should do is clean my home. That's really the project I should do.
Yeah.
That's what I should do while I'm here. I should clean my house.
That's a good idea. My most recent Fred and Can comic is that exact thing, except in this case, an inanimate can is trying to talk a man into doing his chores. But still, we could all learn a little something from that and Bill's admonition. Get up, clean the damn dishes, do the windows, do what you got to do. Vacuum. Yeah. There's cat hair everywhere, dude. Freaking vacuum.
Oh, jeez.
It's a nice reminder.
It's all over the bed. So I'll get in bed and I'll tuck myself in, and then I'll have cat hair stuck to my lips. It's the worst.
Yeah. No kidding. Well, Bill, I like hanging out with you and talking even when you're not making a thing. So here's the thing. There's tons of content at punishprops.com. Y'all have your internet still. You're stuck at home. You're like, what am I going to do with my time? I know. Look up punishprops.com on YouTube and watch the archives because it's good stuff. Any kind of a bonus thing you want to give us this week?
Yeah, well, a quick couple things. One, not sure if we haven't been filming videos in a while because we're working on this book. Ironically, we started filming a video on Friday. We have no idea if we're going to get to finish filming that anytime soon. So there may or may not be new videos from us anytime soon. However, there's like 700 of them on our website.
Nice.
So punishprops.com, at the top, there's a video section with links to different categories. If you want to just peruse through there, there's literally hundreds of things to check out. I do have a recommendation. I have been watching more restoration videos because they are super chill and they are really nice to watch at the end of a long day. So I found one. This channel is called Rescue and Restore.
Okay.
And they have a toy train, this old toy train that's super rusty and gnarly. And they make it
Is this the
way
guy who did
better than it
Matchbox-
looks new.
Matchbox car that he did or something like that?
No, that's a different restoration channel that I follow.
You like the restoration shows is what I'm gathering here.
I've been into it lately just because it's really, really relaxing to watch at the end of a stressful day.
Wow, this train is hammered, man.
Yeah, I know.
Rusty and iodized. Well, not iodized. What is that? When the
Oxidized.
Oxidized is the word.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, that's cool. I like that kind of stuff just as it is, but also the fact that somebody can make it look new again is crazy to me. It's just nuts.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, who is this again? Sorry, Rescue and Restore. There it is. They got 1 million followers. They're cool.
Yeah, no kidding.
Do that. Highly recommended that as well. And of course, Punish Props is the best. So go check out all those things. Bill, I hope you and Brittany remain safe, well, and good. And I'm glad to have you back this week.
You got it.
We'll see you
take
next
it easy
time.
and see you next week.
Bye now.
See you guys. Or see ya.
Yeah, he's not. There's only
See
one.
guys.
He's
She's not guys.
Well, he's got his wife there.
I was extending to Brittany.
Yeah.
I
totally understand.
Guys.
Yeah, guys. The guys. plural? No, that it's already plural. Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, Justin R. Young joining us shortly. Let me see if I can find his
Question on everybody's mind: can Trump extend the presidency by delaying the election?
The answer is no.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Justin Robert Young joining us from Oakland, California. I feel like I can say that with confidence and know that you're not somewhere else at the moment, because where else are you going to go? It's nice to see you, man. How are you?
Oh, another day in paradise, brother.
Yeah, still up there on the roof there drinking and the whatnot. That going all right?
Yeah, mostly. That's mostly what I'm doing.
That actually sounds okay as a way to sort of, get away and get up there and, I don't know, commune with nature a little bit. Get a little
It's actually been not terrible. I'm very glad that I have the roof. Although I found out that everybody else in my building knows about the roof now too.
Oh no!
And so I went up there on Saturday, and it was nothing irresponsible. Everybody was like 6 feet away, but that means that that covers a lot of ground.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Now all of a sudden you're limited to those 6 feet.
No, but see, here's what I already had presaged this. I figured this out when I first started going up there. Because everybody goes on the side of there's one side of the building that actually looks into downtown, and it has this beautiful view of Oakland, and you can actually kind of see in the distance the Bay Bridge and everything. I don't want that one.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I want is the other side that just kind of looks into the hills and a bunch of other random houses. That's my side. I like that.
View.
I've taken the beautiful picture a million times.
Right.
I got the postcard, did a push-up, ate an egg on it. What else are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
I want peace and quiet. That's how I am on the back side of the roof, and so nobody else was there.
Oh, good.
Nice.
You got your own section. I like that. It's hard to find your own little space in all of this, Nick.
That's all we're looking for, isn't it, Scott?
It
We're
is.
Just looking for a little peace of mind in this chaotic world.
A little bit. A little bit.
Own little space.
Let me ask you this. Actually, the question Brian brought up earlier is actually a decent one. As far as I know, the way the elections work, even if stuff got delayed,
it would take an act of Congress. It's a dumb question, and let's please not introduce any more chaos than we need to in these times. For God's sakes, do we not have enough to panic over?
You're right. You're right.
Literally,
we shouldn't.
Our cup is overflowing right now. If you see people in Congress start talking about it, then you have to start worrying about it. I doubt that that's going to be the case, as now it seems as if that the political landscape has shifted toward exactly how and when we are going to reopen things. So I don't think that you can do at the same time a congressional push to delay the election. But again, man, the things that we're looking at in the next 14 days should be enough for even the most panicky conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
I'm saying, just for God's sakes, finish your dinner and then we'll talk about dessert.
All right, fair enough. Here's a real question though. Have you watched any of that the Biden business, the daily briefings he's been doing, just to kind of get a taste of it?
He did his first one yesterday. I didn't see the one today.
You think is that a good thing? Is that what? Do you think that'll benefit him? I guess is what I'm saying. Is a good.
Well, here's the thing: is that in general, I think that there's just a lot of basic information that I think Joe Biden can actually get out there, because obviously there's a large portion of this country and really the world, but let's focus on this country that loathe the president, and they are more apt to listen to him. I think older people specifically who loathe the president are more apt to listen to him. And so if that's the case, then I think just even repeating basic facts like some of these quarantine rules and shelter at home and facts on why you should do it, how you should talk to your kids if they're not doing it, where you can donate using his mailing list as a donation engine, which I know Bernie has done, if I'm not mistaken. I think that there's a lot of stuff that he can do if we look at this as a crisis and not the beginning of the general election. Obviously, I am always biased toward election news because that is what I cover. It's what I primarily enjoy covering. But even I think that I don't know exactly how much good he is doing, even politically, by effectively rehashing a lot of stuff that everybody else is saying.
Right.
It's not like he's saying anything particularly novel. So I don't know. But again, we're in a situation now where no one knows what is up and down or left and right. Obviously, we've got a lot of different pieces of information that are weighing on all of us, up to and including family health, our personal health, our responsibility to our communities. Even in our own little weird nomadic internet world, which happened to, overnight become the most stable jobs in the world, apparently. Like, we have problems, like, but Bill was talking about what you were talking about, Scott, about like projects that you've been working on for a very, very long time that now face difficulty, and you don't know whether or not you've worked so long that you're going to release it and it's just going to be DOA because everybody's panicked about stuff.
Right.
Anything that we can agree on, I think, is something that is treasured, and specifically when we can bridge the gap between where we are politically. I think that would be a great role that I would imagine Joe Biden playing in this, but he's going to do what he's going to do.
Right. To me, it comes off as, and whatever, you can't control how things come off, right? But to me, it came off as a little bit of like, well, we all don't like the misinformation we're getting from the president, so let's do a thing that counters that, and it's a nice political play to do that. And that may even be true, but it feels like a political play, and I'm kind of don't want a lot of those right now. Kind of what you're saying. I don't want, I want as less of that as possible.
If it was literally just him asking for blood donations,
like I'd prefer that.
I would feel a lot better, and I would feel about his leadership as president, because functionally him kind of basically just being a guest on cable news, but from his living room,
right,
and live streaming it, I don't feel like that's particularly strong leadership. But again, I almost even hesitate saying that, because since we have not transcended any of the political stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so whenever you say that, then it becomes the whatabouts, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not my favorite part of all this at all. Well, there are very few things about this I like. There's only one thing I like, and I don't even really like it.
What's
that? But I like spending a lot of time with my wife. I like that we're together and we're talking about important things. And it's not that we don't do that normally, but normally very busy and kind of all over the place and running across town to do this and shipping this. She does a lot of business stuff for me. And so it's much more of a hurried sort of everyday thing. And there are days where I'm like, man, we both live here, but I've barely seen you. That sucks. We should go out this weekend or whatever. It feels like there's less chance to have meaningful moments together. And then lately, last couple of weeks, that's been the entire opposite of that. And I've really enjoyed just, I don't know, being with somebody you really want to be with matters right now. And I really like being with her.
That's kind of an interesting situation, because you just had the full empty nest situation.
Yeah.
Right?
A month ago, Nick finished moving out a month ago. Carter about 2 weeks before that. All of that happened kind of quickly because apartments became available that were the right price. It was all just like normal life sort of, ooh, jump on that. That's the time to do it. We're going to sure miss you. Oh, I'm going to miss you too, Dad, but this is good, right? Yeah, it's good. It's great. We're totally everywhere. It's all positive. And then a month later, they're trapped in these little apartments. We're trapped here. We don't really, we've made the decision, the hard one, to not get any of us together. And that's hard, man. I want to see the baby really bad. Mm-hmm. Like, they grow up fast, and that doesn't stop when you're all separated like this. So we're doing like nightly, FaceTime stuff and all of that.
But I think also for you and Kim, this gives you an opportunity to kind of like refigure out where you guys are by yourself, absent everything, absent the baby coming over. Absent.
It's kind of but it's kind of like going from 100 to 0 super quick. 100,
Sure.
and then empty nest. Not only empty nest, but empty, locked, confined nest.
Yeah,
100%. And I think that's got to be tough. But to your point that you were saying, Scott, like there is kind of not a rediscovery, not like you're rediscovering the wife that you raised 3 kids with or anything, but like I think there's probably a little bit of like, oh, just if it's been decades since it's just like you two hanging out, just like, I don't know, what do you want to do?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And I don't know, like it does remind me of our first 3 years of marriage where we didn't have any kids, but also, there is the added stress that we're worried about the kids and feel like we can't do a lot to help or do anything because of this separation. But the silver lining for me is they're just really meaningful, deep conversations that sort of are not, we usually just don't have time for. And now we've got some time for it. And that's been really nice. I'm not saying and it made it all worth it. I'm not saying that. We were doing great without this.
I don't know if anybody is coming out of this situation saying,
I prefer
man, this is great. And I really, I mean, I guess maybe my latent desire to eat pasta before noon, like that might be the only thing that's benefited from this whole thing. Is now for whatever reason, I feel like if it's not the apocalypse, but as far as apocalypse cosplay goes, it's pretty convincing.
See,
exactly.
Now's the time to get out and enjoy those Los Angeles highways that are, never like this. You can get from one end of LA to the other.
They even let you now. Do they even let you? Can you go?
They'll let you know. It's unless you've got some essential reason for being out there.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about LA, but I know that you could probably get back and forth on the Bay Bridge from Oakland to San Francisco pretty fast.
Yeah. I mean, imagine what the 405's like right now. It must be amazing.
It's great.
Yeah. Like there's just never, it hasn't happened since they built the damn thing. Like,
right. Exactly.
Not again, don't want to trade any of it. And that's my main reason for saying, well, this time Kim and I have had has been great, but I don't want to, I don't want my messaging today to be, well, at least we've got. I understand. There are people in way harder situations. There are people who had just filed for divorce who are now stuck home together and didn't think they were going to be stuck together while the divorce proceedings were going on. There are people who already didn't like each other that have to do this. There are people who can't be together and want to be together but can't because one of them was on a business trip and is now quarantined and now they're at home. Like, I know this is
I mean, look, all right, but here's the thing. I will say, there is no shame in pointing out the small things that make you happy right now.
Yeah.
Because again, there's no shortage of terrible things that are going on. There's no shortage of death. There's no shortage of economic hardship. There's no shortage of everything that we might describe. Like if you were to go to somebody and say, what brings you depression before all this? Right. They'd probably say health and money, and romantic relationships are probably mixed in that top 3.
Yeah.
Well, we got 2 out of the 3. I guess we're like, this being more communicable by people that you've had sexual contact with from roping in the 3rd. Like that's pretty much it. So, right now, whatever. I think if anybody finds anything that they can smile about in this, then shout it from the rooftops. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think normally we're in an embarrassment of riches and you want to recognize the people that don't have. I think that we are in a paucity of happiness.
Yeah.
So if you got anything, then go ahead and flex.
Yeah, don't yell it from the rooftops if you're at the back of the one Jury's on. He's trying to keep that to himself. All right, he's trying to keep that.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. We can communicate. Here's what I really wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, go
Scott.
for it. Sorry, I took you in places we weren't planning on.
No. This is all great. This is actually really good.
All right.
My new favorite show.
Yeah.
Tiger King.
Tiger King. Okay.
Tiger King?
So I'll just go ahead and spill the beans now, Brian. My recommendal for Wednesday is going to be a documentary series on Netflix called Tiger King.
Okay.
I am only a single episode in. I plan to binge the rest of it sometime today and tomorrow. Holy crap.
Really?
I didn't know these
right.
people existed. I am utterly blown away by this. I'd love your take, Jury. What do you think of Tiger
So
King?
you're only one episode in?
I'm only one in, and the real crazy hasn't even started. I know that, but I'm already.
Oh my God!
I'm
There
already
is
in.
it. I can't remember. Normally these kind of true crime shows, or docs or something like that, like they usually have a go-to move, and they just kind of iterate on it, right? Like Making a Murderer or like Serial. Serial really played on that, like, oh, like did he or didn't he? Oh, here's some evidence that suggests that he had to. Here's some evidence that suggests that he didn't. And then like Making a Murderer, where it's like, now we're like building the case of like whether or not this sheriff's department is crooked, blah blah blah. The things that happen in Tiger King are so random and so weird, and so constant. There's a moment we just watched. I guess there's 8 episodes. I think we watched episode 6 last night.
Yeah, there's 8 total.
There's a moment in episode 6.
7 episodes.
Oh,
7 episodes.
Oh,
I guess we watched episode
you're
5.
almost done then. Okay.
That I was like, I'm gobsmacked that it's like that there's a member of our story that you don't see a ton of, and so you think, well, either they left or something worse happened. The way that it unfolds is like, it's just something that you would write in a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Like it is just so ridiculous. If you're unfamiliar with the premise, Tiger King centers around the world of private big cat zoos.
Yeah.
Tigers, lions, ligers,
And
monkeys,
private
stuff like
owners,
that.
people who just have a giant, tiger in their house and things like that. There's a little bit of a nod to all those people, but yes, it's the owning
Like
big
private-owned
exotic
animal
tigers.
sanctuary kind of places.
Yeah.
Yes. And the business that goes on with them, how they make their money. It primarily focuses on 2 animal sanctuaries. One, the GW Zoo, run by a walking cartoon character named Joe Exotic.
This is
who
the guy with the mullet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
mullet. He is
Yeah.
the gay, his words, the gay gun-toting polygamist tiger owner, country singer, by the way. So his own country songs kind of like are the background Greek chorus of this entire story.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Carol, I can't remember her last name is, but she runs Big Cat Animal Sanctuary in Florida, and she is vehemently opposed. She's like a animal rights PETA-esque thing that she is now lobbying against people like Joe Exotic and his ilk from owning private big cats. And my God, nobody walks out of this story without something just horrifyingly disturbing being revealed about them. I will say that the most normal person that I have met in the run of this documentary series is a guy that I think you're going to meet in episode 2.
Yeah.
That was a convicted drug dealer.
Great.
A convicted former drug dealer who oversaw the murder and body disposal of a federal drug informant.
Wow.
Like, he's
awesome.
by far the most. I was like, okay, I kind of get who he is. Everybody else is just like from space. These people are the weirdest.
They are really weird. They're really weird.
I can't wait to check this out. All right, I just added it to my list.
I
This
mean, the
sounds
thing
great.
starts, the beginning of the documentary are the words, some guy on a couch, I don't know who he is yet because they haven't gone back to him. Maybe he's the dude from season 2, I don't know, but he says, or it's episode 2, he says, how does he put it? He says, he goes, animal people are really hardcore on animals. If you know monkey people, they're pretty weird. Monkey people that keep apes and stuff. But tiger people and big cat people, they are effing nuts, he says. And then this thing starts, and you're like, oh, okay, well, whatever. People are crazy about their animals, and it's just so much more than that. And again, I'm only one episode in. I don't even know yet. And it's that crazy.
There's not an episode that goes by that doesn't have a just like your jaw hits the floor, like insane moment.
Yeah.
There is so much there. And these people they hate each other so much that it really is more like Hatfields and McCoys or like warring drug factions than it is people who are running their own zoos.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's, you're going to probably, you don't need to spoil it or anything, but I noticed in the first episode, there are an awful lot of people with missing limbs, and they don't talk about that at all. Like there's no talk.
They actually they get into some of the people who have missing injuries, and that's a part of it. Now, you have identified a very interesting element. What you then have to realize, and they will explain, is how much money do these things bring in, and how much does it take to run them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you run a business, you got to eventually start thinking, wow, geez, it takes a lot of people to run a zoo. These are a lot of cats, right? It'd be dangerous if you didn't have them under protection. So how do you get so many people to work on these zoos? How do you feed all of these animals? And
these 240 cats or whatever. That's crazy.
Boy, howdy, let me tell you, do they have some answers.
Really?
All right. Okay. Well, I can't wait to get to the rest of it. And Brian, you're gonna.
I can't wait. I'm excited about checking this out. That sounds.
Oh,
sounds
it
awesome.
is. I mean, if we talk about clinging to the one element of our society that we can be happy about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Tiger King.
Tiger King is great. It'll bring us all together. It'll be that one.
And by the way, you might actually remember Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic ran for president in 2016 and was highlighted. He went viral and then was on the John Oliver Last Week Tonight show.
Yeah, I saw that. And he was also, he's been featured in some other stuff. And also the other guy that runs the other sanctuary that's a lot just as wacky as he is in the first episode, or it seemed like it. I'd seen him on like Letterman and other stuff before, where he would come in and he would be the animal handler that like another zoo guy, or who was the guy who was always on Letterman?
That was Jack Hanna.
Jack
Hanna ran like the Cincinnati Zoo.
And he brought this other dude in. I forgot his name, the one that rode in on the elephant, but he brought him in to actually handle the tiger while Jack Hanna did a guest spot. So I remember things like that at the time, didn't know who that was, and then the documentary showed some clips, and it was like, oh, that's that guy? Like, they've been around and in your face before, and you just didn't know it. Like, they've just been out there stewing and becoming the weirdest thing ever.
I mean, like, Scott,
yeah.
I the only thing that I'm disappointed in right now is that you have not watched as much, if not more than me, and I could just discuss openly and honestly some of the things. So literally, as you're watching this, please text me because I need and you too, Brian, as you're just text me because I just need to share this conversation with everybody. I will say, somebody said I'll cry if anything happens to a tiger. If I remember correctly, nothing happens to a tiger. There's no violence that happens to a tiger unless a tiger is physically attacking a person. And even then, they're just getting like hit on the head with a stick or having like a gun shot like goes out into the air. Yeah. Although, I mean, if you are also somebody who flinches when people are irresponsibly pointing and shooting guns.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It's like Jackass with firearms. It's rough. Even the bits I saw. The part that people will probably be annoyed by with the cats is just that none of them should be held this. Like, I just don't think they should be in these cages. It just seems cruel to raise them like this, and feed them dead cow parts through a hole. It's just, I don't know, something about it just rubs me really wrong. And then when you hear numbers like there are more cats in captivity or in private ownership than there are in the wild, it's just weird. Like that just seems bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's definitely a good, responsible conversation to be had about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't trust any of these people to have
No. But it is good that I don't get the sense that the series it is not playing. It's not in itself exploiting the cats by having this documentary.
Oh no, this is just about the people.
Right.
Yeah.
This is like the cats are someone that, in fact, it's really the only thing that all the people can agree on.
Yeah.
Is that they care about the cats the most.
Yeah.
And they are dedicating their life and livelihood to those cats.
Yeah.
That's the only. They all disagree that anybody else is doing it the right way, but they agree that they are doing it the right way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll talk to you more as I get further into it because I'm excited. All right, see, this is good. We didn't have to even, don't worry about the elections, you guys. We're ways off.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, I mean, Jesus, the election.
We got time. We got time to worry about that.
We have a million, again, like, we have a stimulus bill that may or may not get done because everybody's digging their heels in, although that looked more optimistic at least a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
We've got both state and federal decisions on when to, kind of reopen the economy. And then there's the other side of that, which is, where, I mean, look, there are legitimate questions about when does economic damage become permanent?
Mm-hmm.
And, we will, these are all questions that we are wrestling with.
Sure.
I think that there are varying degrees of confidence that people have in our leaders, be they, in New York State with the Governor Cuomo, who, this morning talked about reopening the economy, or at least the decision on when to figure that out. Obviously the president talked about that yesterday without giving any kind of hard dates as to when or what other restrictions would go along with it. But we know that this is going to be a dark week in terms of deaths. This is going to be probably another week where restrictions continue to come in. And, once we survive it, then we'll have to figure out where we go from here. But I don't think that there's any shame in anybody having uncertainty about who's driving the car and whether or not they're going the right way. I think that anybody who tells you that they know for sure exactly what lies down the road is lying to you. And the best that we can do is figure out what's best for us and our family, and hope that when we do emerge into what was the world we lived in, that it looks somewhat like it did before.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, I think I agree with all that. Don't have a dissenting opinion. I don't have a rebuttal. I agree with everything you said. Mm-hmm. Justin Robert Young, it is always good to talk to you. You're still making the content like the rest of us, getting it going, making it happen. Where can people gather and find that this week?
You want to know what? Here, because obviously politics. If you want to get that, you can get that. But I have a little pet project that I've been working on. I teased it last week.
Is this the one I'm thinking of? I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I decided that I wanted to. I wanted to do a podcast about Billy Crystal movies from the 90s.
Really? That's hilarious.
So, 1989 to 2001, and I really didn't know what I wanted it to be, so I just kind of like vomited out this episode about When Harry Met Sally last week. It's on my SoundCloud. I'll have an RSS feed for it soon. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't hate it.
I can't wait for your episode on Silent Running.
Yeah.
Silent Running, both Hines,
oh wait,
Gregory
was that was that 90s
that might be
or 80s?
before.
That might be 80s. Yeah, I know Brian loves that movie.
I do. You might need to adjust your dates.
Maybe a bonus episode if I do a Patreon.
The answer is Ipswich Clowns.
Yeah, you can't not do that one. But yeah, a bonus. That's a perfect bonus.
Running
episode.
scared. I'm sorry,
So-
that's a running scared,
scared,
not
right.
running
So
scared.
this is the reason why I'm doing it is because I was thinking about Billy Crystal movies from the 90s because when I was a kid, these were the movies that I remember either watching that my mom would get on from Blockbuster, that my grandma would take me and my brother to. For whatever reason, they were always like family friendly enough. They were like PG or PG-13, usually PG-13, although I think Harry Met Sally's R, although it's a fairly sexless R.
Yeah. It wouldn't be R today. There's no way.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it would be R today.
Yeah.
But I remember these movies, and they were like kind of comforting for me to think about, and so that's why I'm doing the time frame that I'm doing because these were when I was kind of growing up, and so when Harry Met Sally is out, you can get that on my SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/JustinRobertYoung, or and then today or tomorrow I'll put out my City Slickers episode.
Nice.
But
Scoop
the
of chocolate,
idea,
scoop of vanilla. Don't waste my time.
yeah. So that was that's so weird that they just randomly put in these Ben and Jerry's surrogate characters. Like such an odd decision.
Yeah.
And then also the thing I was trying to figure out, like the whole like hello thing,
Mhm.
like was that in the script, do you think? Or was that just something that Billy
I'm
Crystal
sure
thought
he
was just really
improv'd.
funny?
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, because they try to get it over like a bunch, and it's like it never really has a moment. It never really caught on as like a catchphrase.
Tried to
Like,
make fetch a thing basically with
Mhm.
hello.
he was so trying to make fetch a thing with hello,
Yeah.
hello, and it's like, all right, like is that just anyway? So the idea of the podcast called Crystal is it's like one part Plague Diary, one part review of a Billy Crystal movie from the 90s, and then one part just to kind of bridge the gap that as we understand ourselves to be an interesting and terrifying oftentimes, that we remember that even when these fun, memorable, well-written movies came out, that we look back with halcyon memories that there were these kinds of times that were happening, maybe not to us,
Yeah.
but around the world.
Sure.
And so, for example, with City Slickers, we will talk about the August Soviet Union coup that almost delayed permanently the dissolving of the Soviet Union. So we'll do a little history lesson in the middle of my discussion, my overcritical dissertation about City Slickers.
Is the one where Robert De Niro is his patient and he's a psychiatrist?
Yes,
Is that 90s?
analyze this and analyze that. I believe will be involved here. It's going to go from When Harry Met Sally to America's Sweetheart.
Okay.
Forget
So,
Paris is probably in there too.
Forget Paris is in there. Yeah, forget Paris.
My favorite William Hickey scene. Bill's drive-through
Oh.
cleaners.
Toyota, you got
And-
it.
You asked for it. You got it. Toyota.
And also a movie that I'm guessing sucks
Yeah.
because it has the most like the biggest pedigree for a movie of that era, and I have never heard of it and I don't remember it, but it's Father's Day with Billy Crystal and Robin Williams, directed by Ivan Reitman. It has during Seinfeld, Julia Louis-Dreyfus as one of the
Golly.
wives.
On
But
paper, it sounds fantastic, doesn't
Exactly,
it?
right?
Ivan Reitman, Billy
Yeah.
Crystal, and Robin Williams, Julie.
This is like
Yeah.
a can't miss thing, except nobody remembers it, which means it is probably just god awful. And so I'll be reviewing that as well. But Crystal, a show that is almost certainly getting made because my psyche is fragmenting and I'm on the precipice of a nervous breakdown. Enjoy it before I just start babbling and shaking and I don't leave my roof.
That's a podcast nobody wants. I can tell you that. So I'm glad you're doing this. And also, if there wasn't already a band called The Crystal Method, that's the perfect podcast.
Let's see. All right,
Name.
look.
Could be a
Number
great
one. That was the original name.
Oh, okay.
And then if you listen to it, even the first like minute, you're gonna realize that like there's an element of just me being very kind of contemplative and serious that would not have fit with the title.
Yeah.
Like it needs. It's a very weird podcast, and this will probably be one of the few times that I plug it because it's not there for people to enjoy it. Really, it's there so I can make it.
It's therapy.
But, like,
I get it.
But yeah, it's weird. And when I got done with the first episode, I was like, do I still want to call it the Crystal Method? Because I just think that would almost be too flippant for a show that is kind of. It really is about therapy and survivors.
yeah, basically. But I like Crystal Method the band, so maybe you could talk them into giving.
Oh no, it's great. I mean, it's block, rock, and beat.
Yeah. See, all right, very nice. That you know what that means, everybody. It means this.
The jury will now retire.
Justin, have a great week. Justin R.
you,
Young
folks.
on Twitter. Thanks a lot, man. We'll see you later, and be good, be safe. All right, Brian.
Yes, sir.
We've been brought to this moment.
We've been led here by the nose.
Yep, led here
dropped
by the
off
nose.
like a kid at daycare.
That's right.
Before the pandemic.
And all that's left is for me to play another mashup, a bonus one that has to do with me playing video games, I guess.
Oh,
so
God. Okay.
my apologies for this, but Jamie said there was some.
I really hope Mark Knopfler makes an appearance in this one.
He might. Let's find out on this edition of Scott Plays Birkin Le Birkin. All right? Here it is. Looking for some ammo, and we're gonna get crazy. Gunpowder. Damn it. Shit. Son of a goat. Betty. That's crap. Oh, shit. Gosh dang it. Shotgun shells. I hate the plant guys. Hate them. Oh, he's not allowed to be back. No. Oh, shit. How did he do that? How did he do that? Can I get up here? Oh, I gotta go. Ah! Get up and run, you jackass. Run! That's some horse shit. Nobody told me he was coming back. We are supposed to be done with Mr. X. I hate it, you guys. I hate it. A fabulous place to try and not die. We got some pills. We require more Vespine gas. Oh shit! I hit your eyeball. Oh la 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 la. Oh my gosh! Really? That's how this is gonna go down? No! Finally, some bullets. Jeez Louises. Goodbye, lump of meat. Freaking William the Meat Man. Oh! Ew! She bled out of her bum. Bad idea. You should have brought Birkin with you. Birkin Le Birkin. He's about to go full Hulk arm on you with eyeballs in it. Oh, that's a big looking gear thing. It might explode, just not on me. Get off of me, dick. Shit. Mr. X can bite my butthole hard. Take X out. X gonna get it to himself. Shit. Really? Oh my lord on high. La 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 la. Get out of there, dude. Shit. Am I done with him forever? Please say I'm done with him. I'm not playing this twice. Are you kidding? Dude, that's true. I got done with that game. There's a whole other you're supposed to do another playthrough with the girl.
Okay.
I'm not doing that, Brian.
No.
I'm done. It ends. There's credits. That to me is an ending. I'm not playing the rest of it after that. That's just trickery and stupidity.
Bonus content that you don't need to go through again.
Yeah, I'm not playing Claire. I've got 3 coming in April, assuming it comes out. Someone already got it. Jack Fox picked it up for me. I'm committed. I'll play it. Fine, but that's it. I'm not ever going near 2 again. 2 remake can bite me. I'm done. Freaking Mr. X, dude. He's a bastard. All right. Well, that was fun. Thanks, Jamie. That was great. Thanks for putting those together. Big thanks to everybody who watched today live or who has listened to us in any form. If you would like to help the show out and be a part of it, you can be on our Patreon at patreon.com/TMS. We're just a few days away from our play date this month, so we're very excited. Play with you guys, play with each other. It's going to be great. So more details on that when we get
playing with ourselves. That's the only thing we're not going to be doing.
Damn straight. Don't forget, you can also use our website for all sorts of things, frogpants.com/TMS. You can send messages from there. You can do all sorts of stuff. If you'd rather do a traditional email, that's not a problem. themorningstream@gmail.com. All the details are there. That's going to do it for us. Brian, take us out in style with a song.
I will do exactly that. And this is a sad story. Keith Brown, Tigress in the Tadpool, wrote in and said, I was going to go see Postmodern Jukebox in concert in my area for my birthday, but it was canceled because of coronavirus. Please save me and play one for my birthday. Okay, Keith Brown, a.k.a. Tigress. Yeah, that's a bummer. I saw them in concert in Vegas with Mitsula and the Folks and Tanner and Alex. What an incredible show. And I hope they come back to Vegas because that was so worth it. Anyway, here is Postmodern Jukebox covering Miley Cyrus. This one's fantastic. Their cover of We Can't Stop.
All right, I'm going to play it now. A quick reminder, too, Nick knows this pain. He had tickets to see Post Malone this weekend.
Mm-hmm. The other Post.
Yeah, gone. Done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not happening. Yeah. He's super bummed because he is a huge Posty fan, but what are you going to do? All right, here it is. There's that song Brian just mentioned. We'll play it now. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on back now. You hear?